See you. Wake up and rise up in your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental Wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday, pay it forward Friday. We're seizing the day. Digital finance, harmony of love, serving food to what goes to rising at the beat and it's Eastern on P2GTV. Breakfast with the Thomases, come eat with me.
Hey, she excited this morning.
It's a Monday, y'all. It's a Monday.
Grand Rising, and welcome. I'm glad to have you guys here. It's a Mental Wellness Monday, and it is a beautiful day to start today.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, my loves. Now, with that being said, how was your weekend, ladies and gentlemen? I hope it was awesome, because mine was awesome. I love getting things done and making things happen. Also, this because it was high activity for us. So at least for me. Okay, at least for me, it was a high activity. All right, Mr. Thomas, do you see your T-shirt? Why you got your different T-shirt? Y'all see his T-shirt? His T-shirt different from mine. I just realized that. He got the Wednesday T-shirt on. I like that. See, isn't that great? Because we have T-shirts for every day of the week, and I absolutely love that it's growing in such a way.
Oops.
He's so bad. Anyway, wear what you want to wear, be how you want to be, but always respect others. That is the rule of thumb. And as long as we fall within that, I think we good, right, y'all? That's what I'm talking about. Grand Rising and welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases. Hello, family. Okay, so you know what we do. I'm Mrs. Thomas. He's Mr. Thomas. Or I should say, what's your name?
Oh, I get to go back into the Grand Rising. No, I'm going to go back every day. Like 1 gram at a time, all the time.
That's right. And for myself, I want to just share with you all, I love you, we care about you, and we want to see you do well. Today is a kind of a peace of mind day. And I have a story. I don't know where this came from, but last week I talked to Mr. Thomas about a Bible story. And it's so weird because it came to mind, a Bible story. One that I learned, and of course, Disney had it, but we ain't doing Disney today. We got another provider that shares their information openly. How you doing, honey? So we're going to share with you a story. And we want to have a conversation about it because today's Mental Wellness Monday, and we want to see you strive and thrive through the week.
Through the greatness.
Yes. And really get to know who you are in all things.
Unpredictable, glad to see you.
And situations. That's right, babies. So what we're going to do is we're going to share and I don't know how many of y'all heard the story of Joseph in the Bible. If you ever seen the Disney movie about Joseph, the Bible, they call it Joseph in the Technicolor Dream. And I want you to listen and pay attention. And just reflect and think about how this speaks to who you are in and about your life. Okay? Who you are in and about the people in your life. And about I want you to really think about God's true purpose and how it shows up for you. I don't care what you believe in, by the way. I didn't tell you to believe in no religion. That's not what I said. I didn't tell you this is a religious program, because it's not. But we want greatness without being connected to what is great in us and where it comes from. So we want to start showing you how, or giving you a little bit more of how we've been connecting with what you see as great. I hope you're with us on this. I hope you could be with us. So we're going to turn it on. And just to give a heads up, none of the information here is ours. This is not something... we didn't create any of this. This is not a creation. We want to thank the creators of this content and the information from the music to the script to the artwork. those who are responsible, we will play it through to the end and share the creators with you all, because we believe that we were all put here to share each other's messages.
Absolutely.
And gifts. And so let's listen. We're going to get it on. It's about 10 minutes, so don't worry about it. It's going to take all of your morning, but the conversation might blow your mind. Let's go.
Think about what gifts you already hold.
That's what I'm talking about. So here we go. Uh-oh. Oh, no, it's perfect.
He was only 17 when he was betrayed, wearing his flashy robe, dreaming of greatness, until his own brothers jumped him, ripped it off, and threw him in a pit like yesterday's trash. Their plan? Let him rot. His crime? Dreaming too big. Joseph lived with his father Jacob in the land of Canaan, and held 10 flocks with his brothers, sons of Jacob's other wives. But Joseph often brought back a bad report about them. Jacob loved him more than all his other sons, because he was the son of his old age, and the firstborn of Rachel, his beloved wife. As a sign of that love, Jacob gave Joseph a special tunic, a richly ornamented robe, a symbol of blessing and favor. He was already hated by his brothers for being his father's favorite. To make matters worse, Joseph began to have dreams that disturbed his brothers. "Listen to this dream I had," Joseph said eagerly. "We were binding sheaves of grain in the field, when suddenly my sheaf stood upright, and your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." His brothers glared at him. "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" It felt like a threat. That moment planted something dark in their hearts, jealousy, that grew into rage. But Joseph dreamed again. This time, the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me. When he shared the dreams, his brothers were jealous. The response was not admiration, it was rage. Even his father rebuked him. But Jacob kept the dreams in mind. Sometime later, Jacob sent Joseph to check on his brothers grazing the flocks near Shechem. Dressed in his colorful robe, Joseph journeyed alone. When the brothers saw him, their hatred boiled over, and they conspired against him. "Here comes the dreamer," they said. "Let's kill him and throw him into one of these pits." But Reuben, the oldest, stepped in. "Let's not kill him. Just throw him into the pit." For he hoped to rescue Joseph later. So when Joseph arrived, they attacked, ripped off his robe, and threw him into a dry, dark well. Then they sat down to eat. As they were eating, a caravan of Ishmaelite traders came by on their way to Egypt. Judah proposed a new plan. "What will we gain if we kill our brother? Let's sell him to these traders instead." So they pulled Joseph from the pit and sold him for 20 shekels of silver, and watched as their brother, the dreamer, was taken away in chains into Egypt. Reuben returned to the pit, only to find Joseph gone. He didn't know that the brothers had sold him. To cover their tracks, the brothers took Joseph's robe, slaughtered a goat, and dipped the robe in its blood. They brought it to their father and said, "We found this. Examine it to see whether it is your son's robe." Jacob recognized it immediately. "It is my son's robe! A ferocious animal must have devoured him!" he cried. He mourned for many days. No one could comfort him.
By the way, if you find any of these videos interesting or enjoyable, please consider subscribing. These take a long time to make, and it really helps out.
In Egypt, Joseph was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and captain of the guard. But even in slavery, the Lord was with Joseph and he prospered. Potiphar put Joseph in charge of his household. Everything he touched flourished. But Joseph's good looks caught the eye of Potiphar's wife. When Joseph refused her advances, saying, "How then could I do such a wicked thing and sin against God?" she falsely accused him of assault. Potiphar, enraged, threw Joseph into prison. And still, the Lord was with him. One night, 2 of Pharaoh's officials who were in prison for offending their master both had dreams. They were the chief cupbearer and the baker. No one could tell them what their dreams meant until Joseph said, Do not interpretations belong to God? Tell me your dreams." He translated their dream, and the cupbearer's dream meant restoration in 3 days, while the baker's dream meant execution. Both came true, exactly as Joseph had said. Joseph begged the cupbearer, "When you are restored, remember me." But the cupbearer forgot him. 2 more years passed. Then Pharaoh had disturbing dreams, and none of his magicians could interpret them. That's when the cupbearer remembered the Hebrew prisoner. Joseph was summoned. "I cannot do it," Joseph said humbly, "but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." Joseph explained. The 2 dreams were one. 7 years of great abundance are coming to Egypt. Then 7 years of famine will follow. Let Pharaoh appoint a wise man to store food during the good years, so that Egypt may survive the famine. Pharaoh was amazed.
Wow!
"Can we find anyone like this man, in whom is the Spirit of God?" Joseph was appointed second in command of all Egypt, at just 30 years old. When famine spread, Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to buy grain, except Benjamin, Joseph's only full brother. They bowed before Egypt's governor, not knowing it was Joseph. He recognized them immediately, but he spoke through an interpreter and tested their hearts. So first he accused them. "You're spies! You've come to uncover the weakness of Egypt!" They stumbled over their words, swearing they were honest men. 10 sons of one man, once 12. One was gone, they said, and the youngest was left behind. Joseph's eyes narrowed. That youngest one was Benjamin, his only full brother. So he pushed the test further. "Bring your youngest brother. Prove your story." He bound Simeon in front of them and sent the rest home with grain in their sacks, and silver secretly returned. Later, when they came back, Benjamin included, Joseph hosted them for a feast. But the test wasn't over. He framed them. He slipped his silver cup into Benjamin's sack, and as they were leaving, his steward chased them down and accused them of theft. Back in the palace, this was the moment Joseph had waited for. Would they abandon Benjamin like they had abandoned him, or had time and guilt changed their hearts? And then Judah stepped forward. "Take me instead," he pleaded. "Let the boy go home. If he doesn't return, our father will die of heartbreak." It was no longer the voice of jealousy. It was the voice of repentance. At Judah's words, Joseph's heart broke open. He commanded everyone to leave the room. The Egyptian officials were stunned, but they obeyed. Only his brothers remained, confused, nervous, silent. And then Joseph said the words they never expected to hear. "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. Is my father still alive?" Silence. Their faces went pale. They couldn't breathe, couldn't move. This powerful ruler was the brother they betrayed, and he was weeping. "Come close," he said. "Don't be afraid. You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. But do not be distressed. God sent me ahead of you to preserve life." He forgave them and wept with them. The dreams had come true. The dream was never about ruling over his brothers. It was about saving them. Word reached Pharaoh's palace that Joseph's brothers had come. Pharaoh was pleased. He told Joseph, "Send for your father. Bring your whole family. The best of Egypt will be theirs." Joseph sent his brothers back to Canaan with wagons, silver, and gifts. But most importantly, he sent a message. "Tell my father, Joseph is alive, and he rules all of Egypt." Jacob and his family, 70 people in all, left Canaan and moved to Egypt. He was reunited with his son. Before his death, he blessed Joseph and his brothers. After Jacob died, the brothers again feared Joseph's revenge. But Joseph said, Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to save many lives as he has done this day. Joseph lived to see his children's children. Before he died, he told his brothers, God will surely come to your aid and bring you back to the land he promised Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He made them swear, when God comes, take my bones with you. And then Joseph died in peace with faith in the promise. Though Joseph died in Egypt, his bones were placed in a coffin, not a tomb, a reminder that the story wasn't over. Centuries later, when Moses led Israel out of Egypt, they carried Joseph's bones with them, through the Red Sea, through the wilderness, through every trial and battle, until the day they laid him to rest at Shechem, in the very land Joseph spoke of.
If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. It really helps us continue providing you with amazing videos like this.
All right.
That was amazing.
Okay, so I absolutely love it. I think you guys realize why I absolutely love that story. I was so grateful that animation, or I should say the way we can do it today now with AI has made it easier for us to tell the stories. But I don't want everyone tearing apart the story. I want you to find the meaning. You know how many times we've had, and it's so weird because this happened last night. The conversation sometimes when you share a story from the Bible, people start to compare things. Oh, and this was wrong because this, that, and the other. And you forget the message was the purpose.
Absolutely.
Mr. Thomas and I got into the conversation when I first came to mind, and I guess I had this moment of epiphany, and my baby girl's name, I love it, that's my sister. When I had this moment of epiphany around this story to come in this week for it, I asked Mr. Thomas a question. What did I ask you?
Look, do you remember the story of Joseph?
Right.
Yeah, I remember the story of Joseph.
And what my question really was about was, what's the part that stuck out most to you?
And I told her.
So before you go, I'm going to put that question because I want an answer from everyone who's listening. By the way, Grand Rising and welcome to Breakfast with the Thomases, where we're not just a talk show. We're a conversation. You are here in the show, as part of this. And from the story you just listened to, the story of Joseph, those who may know the story, what's the part of that kind of sticks out the most for you? I want you to think about the first thing that comes to mind when you hear about the story of Joseph or what you just saw. And then I want you to answer that. Please type it in. Let us know. Because let's have a conversation that affects and can take you to the next level. What if I told you this very old story has actual relevance today? What do you think?
Look, I know when I first heard, the first thing that came to mind was his brothers did him dirty. His brothers did him dirty. That was the first thing that
That's
came
the
to
thing he remembered the most. His brothers did him dirty.
But you know, when you actually sit down, and I actually went over the story, but I went back into the Bible, went back to some of the characters, and the message was far stronger than just the trauma that he faced. And you know, I don't know if you knew, but sometimes when you put on a path, or you're on a path, it's not the one that you decide that's going to be the one that you wind up on. So things were shifting. He was a dreamer, and he knew he had dreams, but he really didn't know what his purpose was. And through the act of his brothers sidestepping him and putting him in the hole, his journey actually then only began. It only then began.
So Joseph doesn't face one hardship, but two, okay? After being put into, actually, no, two, only two, that I count. First, you get sold in to slavery. Then you come back from that, and you still prosper. you still prosper as a slave and find yourself being trusted in the highest house in the land. And then somebody tries to manipulate again and put your good deeds into a negative situation. And then you fall again. You back in jail now. Now you in jail. But you're not so angry. And so you have not given up on the fact that God has purpose for you. And you rise even in jail. You rise and you act in his stead. You serve even in jail.
Without a doubt.
Okay? And then your moment comes. Yeah, I just don't know where the third part was, where you failed the third part. Because after that, I thought it was just uphill from there. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was uphill from there. I saw the 2 falls. How many times do you have to fall before you give up? Ooh. I gotta ask that question again. How many times do you have to fall before you just give up and give in? You see what I'm talking about?
That's a question you have to ask, an internal question.
That's why we're having this discussion. Some of y'all have had situations. Yeah, but still like that. Some of y'all have had situations. Y'all have had tragedies. Y'all have had losses, and things have come up. Your kids don't talk to you. Your parents done discarded you. Somebody did something horrifying to you. They've taken things from you. You've lost all your money. You understand what I'm saying? You've crashed. Can't walk. Lost your eyesight. Lost stuff that you can't walk. You got your body. I'm dying. I got cancer. At what point do you say, you know what? I'm done. First of all, if you are saying I'm done, then you're not done.
Cause if you can talk about it.
Because you could say it.
You know, it's funny. I admire this story, but you mentioned something that people deal with, the big C.
So how did that going around?
The big C happens quite often, and you just gotta. People sometimes say they can't do it, but they keep going and they keep striving. I want you to put yourself not in their place, but I want you to look at the story we just shared. And Ruby said it really good. How many times will you decide that when you go down, you still have the ability to get up? And that's the journey itself, you know.
You know what the thing is? You say get up. Too many people think you know what get up look like. How about we put it that way? You don't even know what the get up look like. Because most of y'all don't know that you already up. You think you got to get up. No, you got to keep going. You just got to, as long as God has given you your creator. I don't want to hear all the I ain't in the religion. This ain't religion. We talking about the fact that you were given breath and you still breathe today. If your feet hurt, if your feet work, if your toe work. You know, one of my favorite scenes is one of my favorite scenes is in Kill Bill when she was telling her toe to move.
Oh, good Lord.
You understand where I'm coming from? She was telling her toe to move.
She was in the back of the P-Mobile, in the front of the P-Mobile.
We ain't got to go there. But the fact is, the woman couldn't move. Her body hadn't moved in years. And she willing herself to move. And what's in her mind is so determined. She's so determined to make it happen. That's a sad shame. She's so determined to kill the people who did her wrong that even her body has to answer to her. How about you be so determined? What you so determined to do? Maybe you ain't doing somebody wrong. Say maybe you ain't got to go get your revenge. Maybe you got to go get your revenge over the adversary that's been trying to take your blessing since day one. So you're going to be angry enough to will your body to say, oh, we doing it. No, we doing it today. That's all that's happening today.
Take that foot off your neck.
It's like it's game time, y'all. It's game time. You wake up in the morning. Today is a Monday. You got to go to work. You don't even like them people. They don't like you. But guess what? You are on top because you woke up. And no matter what happened, yeah, they talked about you. Your boss is mad because somebody lied. They messing with your paperwork. No problem. Because you got purpose that goes beyond this place. Y'all get that? Why do you think we played the story of Joseph today? Because some of y'all don't know that you are Joseph. Oh, and some of y'all don't know y'all the brothers.
Yep.
See, that's the sad part. Some of y'all don't know you the brothers.
Backsliding, backbiting, all through because of jealousy. Jealousy. And that's a small portion of it.
But see, they didn't have to stay that way, and they didn't. When do you get to just be what you want to be at your cause? The cause of you.
Mm.
When are you going to realize that the world that you were set on, it may be hard, that road that you're on, it might be getting hard, and God knows I'm tired, I've been doing this, and ain't nothing happening, the same old thing, and that, you done came into a conversation that just took you out of there, if you keep listening. Because somehow you didn't end up here by accident, you ended up here because somebody got a story to tell you to change the way you see things, to get you on the path and realize, guess what? You ain't never left the past, baby. You ain't left the path yet. The past is the past. It ain't on this with you. You moving forward.
Oh man. You know, I'm in this conversation fully today, and I'm like,
I
am like,
you woke up, didn't you?
we talk about finances all the time on this platform, and we talk about
yeah.
what we do, how we do. You know, when you look at this I'm thinking Monopoly right now. My brain goes right to Monopoly.
Okay.
And one of the things you got to do, you got to get around that board, and there's gonna be some pitfalls. There's being on railroad, there's go to jail, there's all those other things that come up on the board.
Okay.
But the goal is not so much to land on boardwalk. That's not the whole goal of the game. The whole of the game is to manage all the properties on the board. And when we say property, I'm talking about managing yourself to stay in the game.
Let's speak another language. How about you start to learn how to manage your estate, the one you were born into?
Okay, estate works too.
Learn to manage your estate, the one you were born into. Because most of y'all don't think you have an estate. You all have an estate.
You are your estate.
You were born as an estate. Ask the government. They got your estate down pat.
Absolutely.
The government recognized you as an estate from get-go. That's a conversation for Sunday. Make sure you come to Sunday. I'm sorry, not Sunday. Here I go. I got to give you some money. Saturday conversation.
Yes, Lord.
Saturday conversation. You ain't got to go getting excited like that. He done got the whole West Indian come out of him. All right, look. Let me tell you something. We teach people, but we also learn. We're really just passing on information as we were meant to. Because we got taught by the elders. We got taught by the ancestors. We are sharing ancestral wealth with all of you, those who will listen. We have learned that wisdom before knowledge, always. Because knowledge is nothing without it. It becomes wisdom because you now are walking in it.
You're using it.
That's what wisdom really is. Knowledge is just information translated. Guess what? Doesn't happen till you start putting it in action, and then you're wise.
Yep.
Because then you know what works, what doesn't work.
Because if you do it the other way, it's a paperweight that sits upon your desk.
Exactly. Now, let me just share something with y'all. There was a lot of content in Joseph's story. A lot of pieces, a lot of people missed. Forgiveness. Would you got a question? Yo, slaver. The people who sold you into slavery, to total strangers, to take you across literally miles away from home. No knowing what's going to happen to you. I don't know about you, but slave life didn't seem like something that they sent them off to glory and with high expectations. Didn't know whether they lived or died, and he forgave them. Now, while testing their heart, don't get it twisted. I want y'all to remember that. Testing the heart, testing the heart.
Twice.
To see, not because of him, he tested them for God. To see if they had changed themselves, if God was in the house. Y'all get that? He took the time to see if God was in the house on the conversation so he could move forward. Got a question. How many of y'all still holding on to some stuff that's holding you down and you still having the same conversation like it's still going on? It happened years ago. You can't forgive somebody you have not talked to in years.
Bringing it to your present as though it happened just yesterday.
I had a dream.
Was it Technicolor?
No, it wasn't. I just thought about that. I had a dream.
Please share, come on. I love my baby. My baby has some colorful
I
dreams.
don't share dreams that I have to walk first. I'll share the results with you.
Okay.
But I realize that I have been given an opportunity to walk this line. See, what I'm building right now, what God has given me to do with my life, and this is just, I'm just sharing it with y'all. I share with y'all all the time. P2G is something I never dreamed of in my life. I never imagined that Pennies to Gold Networks was going to be something that I would be building and structuring from not just my need, but from my dream for the world around me and people. That the people that I would be put in alignment with dreamers who dream for people, not for themselves only. See, because my dream of prosperity only connects to others' prosperity. The only way I get somewhere is if we get somewhere together. And I tell you right now, sometimes it's a pain in the neck. What I have since learned is that I can't make none of y'all do anything y'all don't want to do or don't have motivation from yourself to do. I can't motivate you to do anything. So what I can do and what I've learned that God has put in me to do is to help people find their motivation and to be a support space for all of us to stay motivated and be, I should say, in God's good grace, hopeful always that is what he planned. But I don't have to be hopeful. When you know you don't have to be hopeful.
You just.
Can I ask a question? Who quits their job right before a pandemic? You know the funny thing is, I quit my job, and then the pandemic hit.
I thought she was a little off, but I said, okay.
I wasn't off because we didn't know about a pandemic in January. There was no pandemic in January of 2020. Y'all remember that? No, we didn't have things shutting down in the pandemic of 2020 until February, March. You know how I know? I can actually time the pandemic. Because in 2018, I went into a business that taught me to save in gold. I first learned that the world ran a certain way outside of my little neighborhood in Harlem. That the economy, y'all get where I'm coming from? That the economy was bigger than just some cash in my pocket. Okay? And when I learned that, it was between 2018 and 2020. And during that time, because I'm a tech and I like helping people, we discovered a way to learn the technicals. We discovered Bitcoin and cryptos and blockchains. And oh my God, and this is all great. And gold, silver, crypto, cash, and what cash can do and what we're going to do together as a community. And I was doing that. We were learning and teaching. I was doing it overnight. I was building. So my last job, I got in about 2019. Y'all got it? 2019, I got a job. Had been a little while because I always worked my own business and did something from home. I worked for an elite appliance company, which is amazing. It's a startup. I love working with startups. I love working with small, innovative companies. Yes, absolutely. And I found myself becoming an extremely high asset in that location. Not because I'm bad, but because I'm bad, y'all, at what I do. Not because he liked me, but because I came in there, who I walked in as changed how he saw business and his other employees. Because when I walked in there, I was not only the oldest person in the place, by about 5 years, the top age, but I also had a mentality that I was not an employee. I was a partner in this business. I earned income from this space. This place provided me my foundation to my wealth. Y'all get me? Your job is the foundation to your wealth generationally.
Go ahead.
And you are not an employee, and you never have been. You are an asset And the kind of asset or the value of asset is determined by you. And it always was. Can't nobody talk your work down. Because you know when you leave, they're going to notice.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to hurt that business. Does it hurt the business when you go? Y'all got to think about that. Am I so good here? Because some of y'all think that this job, they need you. What do they need? What will they miss? Always be able to have that list ready of what they will miss, what nobody else here does.
You got to remember, at the place of employment, either you are an asset or you're a body. And you have to figure out where you land at. Because, see, the assets they remember and they never stop calling. The bodies, they just push someone else in place.
I know Mr. Thomas was feeling good when he left his job. We were younger. His first job, he worked them to death. I used to get so mad that man was never home. And then they discovered what was missing when he moved on to his next job. And his next job was more stable, steady hours. It was a little hard work at the beginning, but it stabled out. Had a lot more benefits. You know what I'm saying? It showed the appreciation for him being there. He earned the time and those benefits secured his family. Then he learned what to do with money. Took a while.
Hard head makes a soft ass, I'll tell you that right from Jump Street.
It took a while to learn. Everybody, we're not going to jump in and be ready to, we're not going to be Superman in the beginning, everybody. Superwoman. Y'all understand? You're not supposed to be. You are not Superman right now. So don't think that this is about PhDs. I got to know what we got, what we don't got. It's about community and learning what we're missing. Because I love it. I have some elders that used to share with me. Ruby, you said it. They don't know what they don't know. I would always say that. People are not, they're not stupid. They're not anything. I tell you, they're not anything. They just don't know what they don't know. And until you have a conversation for what is missing that you're not aware is missing. Honey, I didn't know at one point that I was conditioned to poverty and to secondhand mindset. I didn't know that. It took a friend of mine to teach me that, Ruby, and I live in New York City. So we were never impoverished. There was never a segregation going on in the time that I was kid. I was in the 70s. I'd go anywhere. We didn't have a problem walking into places that said blacks and white only. Never experienced that. But do you know I was stuck with the mentality because of knowledge of that? And I didn't know I was until a friend of mine told me, you can go anywhere. And he took me, I had to go to the bathroom. On 42nd Street, we had a big event. We were down there in Times Square. Had to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to go. And I didn't want to go to McDonald's because it was horrible, you know, all the lines and everything. Then on top of that, he was like, no problem, come with me. The man had to take me to a hotel. I stopped at the door. We were at a Marriott. In front of a Marriott. I looked at him like, yo, what you doing? I ain't like, we ain't like that. He was like, no, you have to go to the bathroom. You have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, I know, but you know, we're not. I'm not a guest, and you know, I can't. You know, and of course I ain't guest with you, bro. I'm like, what are you thinking? He's like, it's a bathroom. It's public. You can go in that building. I didn't know that in my 30s, living in all of my life in New York, I still had a segregated mindset. Like that was a place I couldn't go. Did you know there is no place on this planet you cannot go? That you are not worthy of. But do you know that you know? Do you know that that's there? Do you know what's lying under your mind? Most of us, you understand what I'm saying? Most of us don't know that we're limiting ourselves. I've had conversations with folks and they were like, Miss Ruby, how did you see this? I've never thought of doing that. Because it's not about what you see, it's about we see you. Who sees you? Can you believe it when someone tells you that you are this, that, and the other, or you're amazing, or you have the potential, and I believe that one day you will be, because those are the words that come out my mouth. Those are the kind of conversations I have. Because I get fostered that way through my community. That's right, Larry Wiggins Bay.
And it's necessary, because to grow, you need people who are
Guys.
like-minded in the same place with you, and so you just need that push sometimes to go to the next level. Cause we're waiting for someone to say we can't. We're
You
waiting
don't
to say
even
we
need a
can't.
push. You just need to remember that whatever you were is always great. How about we just get in the window, get in the mirror and say, I'm bad.
To the bone.
I'm bad. Throw out some things. I mean this. I mean this. Don't, it's not, and people, I tell y'all right now, this is not a mind trick. This is confirmation. This is the I love me. I'm worthy of love. And it's not of love from someone else, it's of love from everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
There's no limit. There's no person. There's no power. There's everything. You are worthy of everything. From the beginning, like my grandmama used to say, from the rooter to the tutter, baby.
Oh, good Lord.
You understand what I'm saying? From your head to your feet, you are worthy. You have been since you were created.
Give yourself permission.
I
That's a good
like
one,
that.
man.
Give yourself permission to succeed, to be successful. Know only success, because guess what? You ain't failed yet. So I asked you, at what point do you give up? You don't. Some of y'all feel like you've given up. I don't do that no more. I don't know. I'm not. Look, I stopped singing over some years and didn't realize it. Now I sing all the dang time again. I didn't realize it wasn't because I didn't want to or because I felt embarrassed. It's just I got preoccupied. My voice came back, meaning my body and my mind found song again. And I love it because technology showed up and now I'm creating music. Y'all like the theme song?
Da 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 da.
Me and AI. That da 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 da. That's what we could do.
And we will sing the song at the end of it.
No, we won't. Mm-mm. Anyway, he don't get to sing this song on camera. He can sing it behind camera, but not on camera. I'm telling you that. Because he'll be going on. Anyway.
I give myself permission.
I love it. Guys, let me tell y'all something. You are at Breakfast with the Thomases. You are here in the space. This is your house.
This is what we do.
This is the house of family. You come on in and have fun. Remember, you have people who love you. I don't care who didn't say it. I'm saying it now. We love you. I love you. Some people can't handle those words. They're very powerful. They don't believe it. Ask anybody who knows me. We love you. We are not playing. I'm bad merch. I like that. I like that.
That's called that. Well, we have it. You know, everyone has these titles. You know, there's a term called agape love. And
yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
It really is.
And let's be real. Agape love is something that we don't really talk about. We think of love in more of internal ways. But what if you gave people... agape love means the love of God. It is a gift given that no one can earn. Something you can't take back. And that's why I love it, because I got people in my family who go, you know, nobody like me. Well, you know, you do some things. You know what you do. But I love you.
I love you anyway.
I love you anyway. I love you just the way you are. People go, oh, you love Donald Trump? Yep, I love him too. I love him. And people go, oh, what about Mussolini? What about Hitler? What about this one? All of them. You cannot decide what makes someone lovable. You can decide that you are loved or not. Look, I have ex-boyfriends that cheat on me. I love them too. Why do I say I love them? Because they're God's children. Because I decided I was loved. I wasn't I wasn't a result of our relationship. I am not the result of you.
I understand. Sometimes exes are part of your growth process.
Yeah, it's just relationship practice. Y'all get that, right? You practicing the process of relationships, and you're never going to get it exactly right. So you have to be open. You don't have to be vulnerable to everything all the time. You're going to need to be vulnerable to be able to know what trust to offer. Because a lot of people, I protect that's your problem. Now you can't meet nobody because everything is a defense.
I'm so sick of hearing people say I got to
protect my energy. God protects mine. You can't penetrate this, baby. No one can stop this. See, that's the problem. I can't. I do. That's the thing. I stopped putting myself in pay. People hear me. I got so many people. I tell you right now, I know that I got love in the world because I have total strangers going, Miss Ruby, you got it this, or you got it that, or you got to protect. And I seen, some people who are seers. They go, oh, there's some people in your circle that right now you got to watch out for. I don't watch out for them. I trust God for that because I'm on God's mission.
True statement.
When you're on God's mission, did y'all notice that? In the Joseph, he was on God's mission. So if something happened to him, it must be God's plan.
And if you were paying attention to the video as it went along, every time he encountered any kind of tribulation or issue, God said to hold tight, hold steady, and stay in the
God did not tell him any of that in that video or at any time.
No, you have to understand.
I understand.
Interpretation.
If you're waiting to hear the Lord's voice, stop the nonsense.
Yeah, you ain't gonna hear it that way.
You have to know that everything you do is not without purpose.
It's inaccurate.
Some of y'all sitting here, I got some Christians actually going, well, I can't hear God. Because you ain't listening through activity. You looking for something that don't exist. Y'all trying to figure it out. That's why I love it. People go, God spoke.
No, see, you know what?
You want to hear something?
I have an issue with that.
Well, wait a second. When God speaks, y'all know y'all ain't hear him. Times that God has spoken. There's plenty of look, let me explain something to you. Remember that lady that told us that she was when I told her about saving in gold and starting to save for her child and her future, told her saving gold. She said, my financial advisor, I talked to her I talked to the financial advisor, let me see. Then told me God told her that her financial advisor was correct. So, a few years later, she ain't even doing that same thing she was doing before. Got a whole new path. Why? Because when God speaks to you, most of us decide that that's, I'm going to go this way. She needed funding, and now she needs funding today. Well, I could say if you started gold and silver 7 years ago, you wouldn't be begging for funding. You'd be looking for the people who you wanted to leverage what you had acquired. You have learned that God's money is gold and silver.
Yes, indeed.
But because you were listening for a voice in another direction that said something that you so-called understand, how about you put it on God? Why am I being exposed to this? Ever ask, anybody ever question God?
All the time.
You ever question him?
Oh, y'all got that all.
You ever say, anybody ever say, and I tell y'all, I know people think I'm crazy, but yeah, I don't question God. You better question him.
Well, first of all,
you better question the thing you put your whole faith into, believing that your purpose is.
I understand this. When you are, I don't know who's devout or not, whatever you believe, but when you take a knee or sit in a chair and have a conversation, that's the question. And you wait, and then you sit back and you wait, say thank you, and move on to the next one. Dreamy, how are you, dear? You move on. You get up there. You have your question. People call it prayer. People call it contact, intention, whatever. Look, when things go bad, you want to blame the Lord. The Lord let this happen to me. God meant. Let me tell you, you are on a journey, and the journey sometimes has 2 steps forward, 4 steps back.
Oh God, yes.
And then you get what? You miss something along the way, so that's why you have to go back and pick it up and move forward again.
But you're always moving forward. See,
always.
I don't want to get off of it. The reason we got into Joseph's story was because we want to talk to you about resilience, about what are you made of, learning what that is that you are made of in life. And sometimes, not even sometimes, do you know that the process of moving forward is the falling down, is the steps getting back up, is the mistakes that are made, is the poor judgments, and and oh my God, I'm such a bad person. You know what? So are all of us. We're not perfect. We're not always good. Y'all notice that the brothers, that was horrible. What they did to their brother was despicable. And all because of what? Envy. Jealousy.
Pride.
I want you to get that even that behavior was moving forward. God is using, your creator did not create you for nothing. You're not standing on this planet with trillions of other people for nothing.
Without a purpose.
You got a purpose. Now the thing is some of y'all sitting in there doing something, go, I'm just take care of myself, take care of myself. Yeah, you do. But you're not by yourself. And you're not going to die by yourself.
Absolutely.
You were born by yourself on the same day as many others. Because notice that in the nursery wasn't just your baby bed. In the nursery, there were a bunch of people born that day. And everyone a potential case of power.
Greatness.
And greatness. And magic. And we stopped believing in that. Y'all stopped being the children that are inside of y'all seem to be stuffed down somewhere. Most of y'all can't remember that we play. The world is built on play. Collaboration, communication. Tag your it. And keep going and keep tagging and keep bringing people to it. You need people. Maybe not some of y'all surrounded by people that are negative, that are not ready. They're in a different place on their journey. You need to stretch out. That's why we created P2G, guys. We created P2G because we needed to stretch out. I started this journey because to fulfill what I needed. I needed financial literacy. I told you my story. I'm 40 plus, not owning anything. I don't have nothing in my name. Hell, I ain't have insurance. If I died, they had to pass a bag around. There was nothing in place for me. There was no savings. I was a mom and a wife. I ran business from home. That stuff was soaking up funding because I know what the hell I was doing. How many of y'all run a side gig and y'all seem to see a side gig, a job, and you got your own little business in your name, but you still broke and y'all still chasing money? You could say you're not broke, but if it don't show up when you wake up in the morning without you, then you're broke. That's what broke look like.
Absolutely.
If a bill, let me just explain this. If something stopped, say all your money stopped. We went back to pandemic day one. No internet. You can't make it outside your door and supply what you need to. Your rent not paid. Sweetie, I mean to tell you. That's broke and about to be destitute. Some of y'all are destitute. You understand where I'm coming from? Now, the reason I speak in that way is because we've been through that. Because like I said, 2018, we learned about financial literacy, started making a habit of working with each other to save in gold. Learning financial transition period. We had to do something about it. We couldn't just talk about it. And we were actually saving, actively learning the savings process, learning how to get through our mental block around saving, and then continue to move forward together. Then actually, this was to protect us from the dollar failing. We never saw a pandemic.
Nope.
We never could have imagined the world financial was shut down. We ain't never seen nothing like that, y'all. But 2 years in, I paid rent every month. While everybody took moratorium, my landlord was checking when we had our little one-on-one. She was like, oh, let me see if you have anything you owe. Oh my goodness, you have a credit. I said, yeah, because I pay my bills. While everybody else is taking a moratorium? How do you do that? Because I learned financial literacy before I quit my job, which I didn't know a pandemic was coming. And I even replaced myself. So someone was working my job for me. Because I had bigger plans. I knew God wanted me to do something more. I was already teaching financial literacy, and I gave myself the raise my boss could not. That's the missing, loves. Y'all are still looking for something that come out of your job it was never built for. More hours could never pay you what you are worth. Okay? Lack of financial literacy only leads to more what?
Lack of financial literacy and more empty pockets.
More debt. More taxes. So when we talk to you guys about things like come to our Wednesday night, we having a new conversation. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. I'm not joking. It's not all about. It's really a fun place to be, but we get
It's
down to
more
business.
than working out Wednesday, trust me.
Yeah, because we got two possible futures that we talking about, and that's the reality of it all. This platform teaches digital financial literacy. Everybody I've ever learned financial literacy from in the past has only taught you how to use paper products, get more into debt. None of them have ever, not one financial program short of this is physical gold and silver savings program that I was a part of years ago. That don't even exist no more. Ever told me about true financial literacy, the kind that works into legacy. Because you can't run legacy on your 401k. You understand where I'm coming from? Not with just giving it to somebody. Your let's see. How are the annuities coming for those who are getting paid from the market today? What do you think?
Why are you in my head? Because I'm sitting there like, they just had a whole conversation about companies looking to, companies like, I don't want to give any particular name, but they're looking to change your 401ks and your annuity packages into gold and silver Roth IRAs that are digitally run by their platform.
Well, why would they want to do that? Why gold and silver? Why would they want to do something that we've been doing? But they're talking paper products.
They're talking paper though.
My thing is do banks are banks amassing or acquiring on major companies buying gold paper, or are they buying physical gold and silver? Because they know there's more than one step to buying silver and gold.
And people are actually paying attention. They're paying. Big business is paying attention.
Yeah, they know that they're shoring up their secure deposits. Baby, let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all all noticed, but most businesses are now now have their own payment system.
Yep.
They're becoming a payment system. Whereas, and I learned this. This has happened. My dentist, okay, now can offer a payment plan.
Mm-hmm.
What? And they are not the payment people. They now have a third party company that they can qualify you like a car. Your teeth can now be qualified for loans like a car.
But now understand this. When you do stuff like that, when you create payment plans, it blocks out some other benefits that you're entitled to.
Are we teaching classes?
No.
Okay,
that's one. But I just
pay
attention.
Yeah, let's not roll into class because that's where you're gonna get it. See, if everybody gets it now, they think they got it. No, boo. You want to have a conversation with all the pieces so that the cake comes together and that pie has to look complete. You got to stop trying to get meals on.
You can't take a slice
bites.
out of the whole pie.
And I want you guys to realize when you come in, so that's Wednesday. What are we doing? There's a QR code there. What you're going to do is you're going to go and take that QR code and you're going to scan it and you're going to come to a free Wednesday night. Starts at 8 p.m. We do two things in that platform. We work with people on learning what digital financial literacy is. For small businesses, it's called crypto in small business. Ain't that something? You're getting a twofer. How to do first of all, what is crypto? Why is it important? How does it bring you into? How do you get gold and silver out of it? What do you do with gold and silver, Miss Ruby? Because people ask me, how do you spend it? And I go, you don't.
It is a leveraging tool.
That's why you broke. Because you want to spend all this. And it's not made for spending. Everything is not made to be spent. And if you don't have a reserve, you have nothing. Because what's in your hand, y'all know y'all can't keep. Y'all know that stuff go like hot potatoes. Cut it out. So we're gonna show you a few things. We're gonna have a conversation. We're not gonna make you wrong. We're gonna show you why this way is the best way and this way is the one that you're on. So you decide what that is. This is a different way to get into the things you want. And let me clarify something real quick. So you see at the top on the left, some of y'all got it right. But anyway, on the top, y'all see the QR code? At Cost Metals is one of our providers. This is one of the people that provide the services. I have a discount through that program. I get I pay for that. Just so that y'all know. I pay for mine. You gonna pay for yours. And if you don't worry.
Or not.
That's what I'm saying. Or not. Get the free membership. But get that at-cost medals, okay? Make it an option, not the only. We teach diversification. We teach you to have a good comparison. Because if you think all I do is one program, you've lost your mind. That is where we get so stuck. Come join our this, that, and the other, and you think that that's the whole world. We don't teach products. We teach choice. Making a good choice. You get new skills. And with that, you got to dedicate yourself. So one of two things, I want to share this with you. Our Wednesday nights are explained, which explains the digital financial literacy program that happens on Sundays. Our Sundays are the only days we do business on Sundays, so that you guys get the day off to actually learn how to maximize the life you're living. So on Sundays, you come to our P2G financial literacy program that gives you how to, step by step. We're going to go over things like how to take small amounts and build up to your profits. You're going to start with pay yourself first. How do I do that, Miss Ruby? I'm broke. What's the favorite words? People, my favorite statement they come out with. I ain't got it now. How I'm gonna save money. And then I show them how. I show them how to break the I don't have or I'm broke mentality. Because that's the first thing you got to break through. You got to break through your own head, which tells you what you do and don't have. And then I help you go find it. Find out what you're missing. And no, you're not going to be eating, I love it. Y'all not going to be eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches every day. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to shed some of those excesses that you don't need, and you're going to get a new habit. A lot of people go, oh, well, we got to cut down our shopping. I spend too much. No,
Who's in control of your budget?
First of all, most of y'all don't spend too much. Y'all just buy the wrong stuff. Simple as that. I'm a gold junkie. I can tell you right now, I spend too much. When I get my little shop on, it is not to go get a bunch of bags and shoes. I get shoes when my shoes go down and my feet start hurting. That's when I get shoes. I stopped getting bags because I found out I got too many. I have too many relatives that I've inherited bags from. I don't need to buy any. I can sell some right now. Matter of fact, I am selling some. Come to think of it, I'm selling some right now. You know why? Because I'm also a crypto junkie. I like buying things that have a use case. I like buying assets. I like to buy assets. I don't care about the latest food. I don't give a damn about the latest car. I want something that's I'm going to see the value grow. Because I'm a value junkie. How many of you can say that? How many of you can have amassed something that can actually pay for something you need and still keep going on itself? That's what we're talking about.
Without a doubt, because I'm like, it's amazing you see how people actually analyze certain things. They take the parts that they like and run with it, and the parts that they need or they feel isn't as important, they put them on the back burner. But it's a twofold thing. The things that you like and don't like have to work together so you can get where you want to be at.
Exactly. And it's not even about don't like. It's just that it's a challenge. You have to learn to build through challenges. You have to look. If you're gonna stick in a comfort spot, then stay broke and stay comfortable. But you will never be where you see others go. You can't go to those places until you do what it takes to get there. And as long as you're doing it on time, you'll be working backwards. Most of y'all do stuff. I just put on my credit card. Okay. And keep paying somebody money. You keep having interest go the wrong way. So we teach you from week to week how to build up your finances and practice, by the way. Okay, so you can do a monthly or you can do a weekly program. I'll let you know. I'm putting up the weekly price for each of them. Different prices, just letting you know. You do the monthly. You have to show up at class every week. You got to be ready for the next class. You got to be doing this because this is not an information. These are not lectures, y'all.
Not at all.
Ask the person that, and I love it because I want to say thank you to the persons that are showing up to the master classes and those who have already ordered them on replays for the master class. And now I'm going to bring y'all to this. We have a master class for small businesses, people who want to do business in crypto and be able to earn crypto. with your goods and services. But you don't need to go through a third party. Got me? So August 9th, we have our next actual masterclass. I'm really excited. The person that took our class this time live had a ball. He had a ball. We've been doing this every 2 weeks because this is a fundraiser. We are utilizing this class as a fundraiser for a class that we're giving for the children for 1 week before they go to school. They go back to school. They'll be in Crypto Kids Entrepreneurs class for a week learning this, but it's not just for the children. It's actually a commitment with the parents have to offer with the kids. So you're going to be sponsoring. Your businesses will be sponsoring families getting this education for 1 week. And so I'm letting you know that's only 20 seats in the class altogether. I can only manage 20 seats at once and with our assistant. And we're letting you guys know you have the opportunity to do more and get more at the same time. How many people have been able to donate and receive at the same time? This is why I love crypto. Blockchain works very well. So with that, y'all get on the P2G networks. This flyer is, all these flyers are up there. You would just simply, I love it, because now, that's what came down. Yeah. All right. So let me get to this new share.
All right. Black Casper, Dreamy, glad to have you.
We have you guys everywhere. I thank you so much. Oh my God.
Buzz 242, I see you out there, dude. Thank you for jumping in.
Yes.
Xavier, I see you. Steve, I see you on there. Shout out to the Clapper family. So we are on multiple platforms here. We are on Clapper Stereo, 2 times on YouTube, Twitch, and IG, all in the place. Oh, I can't forget LinkedIn. We're in there.
We're also on LinkedIn. That is the coolest thing. So with that, I want to just share with everyone. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Excuse me, I got to get this back in play. Here we go. The platform that you're seeing right now, this is our website. And some people have said they've had a hard time catching on to what we, how we do what we do. So this is the website. This is the old flyer, but that's the same link. Sign up. You'll have the new flyer with the new date. It's August 9th, and you will be added into a calendar invite, okay? We have a program called Solarium Life that helps small businesses to build their product line, their promotion and distribution online. So make sure you get information about Solarium Life. This is our Sunday program, not Saturday. Sunday program where you're going to learn how to grow from small amounts, bankroll passive projects for passive incomes, double dip on profit making, grow safe, long-term projects like banks. I'm letting y'all know right now, you're going to have to take the time to put into your money. Because while you're saving it, you need it to be growing. Absolutely. Not just sitting somewhere. This is not a bank savings account.
Look, if you can find something that's put a penny a day in your wallet, that's better than what you get at any bank.
Yeah.
Let's keep it 100.
And for our crypto and business folks, on Wednesdays, this is where we talk about the 2 roads. This is one of the activities that you're going to have on Wednesdays. You're going to be talking about how crypto moves. So if you really want to talk about what the money is, business is about payment systems.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? And there are links under every one of these. See? Click here. Join here. DYI pay link. That's what this is. Now, this is for those who want to learn about status correction. Those are the people who want to find out about what's happening on the back end of your rights. What it actually is your rights. We talk about estate planning, family trust, discharging debt, and so much more. This is the actual live DYI package that you would order, but this is the conversation on Saturday that you would attend to have us all get on the same page. What is that about, right? What is it about? How do I do it? What do you mean status? I thought this was my status, right? But until you understand what your status truly is, what status is altogether, we're just existing. We're in the space of we don't know what we don't know. And that is where this is P2G is where you come out of the don't know. Some of y'all ain't ready. I can let you know that now. Got it? Some of y'all ain't ready because you're hiding. And those, what we're looking for are those who are ready to come out of hiding, stop being dormant, and start taking responsibility and set up your life. Not a thing, not join a thing, but actually embrace life and people, new conversations, and get new ideas on how to do stuff. The one thing I absolutely love about this is the people. You all bring new conversations from a new direction completely.
Conversation, energy, love, and life.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. And with that, guys, it is time. We gotta go. We gotta get out in these streets.
Oh.
You forgot?
I didn't forget. I love being on. I love being on.
So I'll see you soon. Don't forget, if you actually want to kind of get an idea or refresh this, you can go to P2G Networks, and we're on YouTube. P2G Networks TV on YouTube, and watch any of the shows that you've missed. We love you. I want to give some shout outs to the folks that's here. We got Miss Hilda. How you doing? How you doing, Miss Kia? I see you. Brother Chris, how you feeling, baby? Grand Rising. Also, Chris, I will be sending you the link to the P2G radio. We are actually creating music. I told you, once I found my voice, AI let me put it out there. So now you all will have a radio station for motivation and direction in everything we're up to. All right? So you get to know it. Now, also, we have a skills class for creating music and promoting music with AI. No, you're not creating fake music. You are going to learn how to direct AI to create the music you want to hear and need to hear.
Absolutely.
So come and talk with us. We find out about all the new classes and the skills. Hello, I'm like a look at you, girl. That's what's up. Peace and love. We got our brother here, Larry Wiggins Bay. I'm telling you, life is good. And we got Miss Francesca. Hi.
Oh, wow.
Grand Rising. Oh, I love it. I love it. Guys, let me tell you something. This is where family lies. Don't let it slip away. We started in these boxes, but don't ever forget we know each other. There's the real world, and that's where we make it happen. Let's go.
Ooh, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, see it. Wake up and rise, open your eyes. It's breakfast with the Thomases, the ultimate prize. Mental wellness Monday, work it out Wednesday. Pay it forward Friday. We're seizing the